It's the grandson of Right Thought. Welcome to the School of Marvelous Light. Today, let's start this message with some words of encouragement from the great psalmist, King David. Psalm 103. Blessed be the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his holy name. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits, who forgiveth all iniquities, who healeth all thy diseases, who redeemeth thy life from destruction, who crowneth thee with loving kindness and tender mercies, who satisfieth thy mouth with good things, so that thy youth is renewed like the eagles. The Lord executeth righteousness and judgment for all that are oppressed. He made known his ways unto Moses, his acts unto the children of Israel. The Lord is merciful and gracious, slow to anger and plenteous in mercy. He will not always chide, neither will he keep his anger forever. Hallelujah. He hath not dealt with us after our sins. Hallelujah. Nor rewarded us according to our iniquities. Hallelujah. For as the heaven is high above the earth, so great is his mercy toward them that fear him. As far as the east is from the west, so far hath he removed our transgressions from us. Like as a father pitieth his children, so the Lord pitieth them that fear him. For he knoweth our frame. He remembereth that we are dust. And as for man, his days are as grass, as a flower of the field, so he flourisheth. For the wind passed over it, and it is gone, and the place thereof shall know it no more. But the mercy of Abba Yah is from everlasting to everlasting upon them that fear him, and his righteousness unto children's children, to such as keep his covenant, and to those that remember his commandments to do them. Abba Yah hath prepared his throne in the heavens, and his kingdom ruleth over all. Bless Abba Yah, ye his angels that excel in strength, that do his commandments, hearkening unto the voice of his word. Blessed be Abba Yah, all ye his hosts, ye ministers of his that do his pleasure. Blessed be Abba Yah, all his works in all places of his dominion. Blessed be Abba Yah, O my soul. Be blessed with these words and be encouraged by them, elect, for they are very powerful. Abba Yah's mercy, the extent of his grace for you. You can't imagine it, so don't even try. Don't try to give your mind the understanding of something you can't understand. Why destroy yourself trying to understand the ununderstandable, if we could say. Abba Yah's ways are higher than ours, guys. He has washed our iniquities and transgressions away from us and cleansed us of all unrighteousness and all disease, and he has renewed us as the eagle. Do you know the eagle lives for a long time? And in the middle of his life, his feathers have become pretty beat up. His beak has become damaged and cracked and destroyed. His talons are a little bit destroyed. In other words, his body has aged and he looks old. His patches and shit. But he goes up into a tree, this eagle, in the midst of his life, goes up into a tree and he pulls all those dead feathers off and scrapes his beak on the bark of the tree. And renews himself. And when he's done going through this process of renewal, he looks like a brand new eagle in his prime. So when David says those words, so that your youth is renewed like the eagles, do you understand it now? When you've gone through your life, elect, and we've gone through and been beat on and abused and misused and mistreated, we are going to renew as the eagle and regain our youth in its fullness. You see? Heals us of all of our wounds and fills our mouths with good things, he says. So the reason why I started this message with that is because we're going to talk about being sealed. What it means, what actually is sealed. What does it mean to be sealed? Because in this verse, in this chapter of Psalms, we're reading about Abba Yah's mercy and grace that he has extended to us, and how he has cleansed away our filth and renewed us. Like he took Joshua the high priest and cleansed away his filth and iniquity and gave him a new garment. Do you see? It's the same thing. So, let's get into it. We're going to start in Revelation 9. All right. All right. And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and to him was given the key of the bottomless pit. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace. And the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth, and unto them was given power, as the scorpions of the earth have power. And it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, nor any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of God in their foreheads. Okay? So these locusts that came out of the pit. So imagine in your mind an asteroid, or as it says, a star, falls out of the sky and hits the earth and knocks a big ass hole into the earth, which opens the earth up and causes a bunch of noxious gases, poisonous gases to come out of the earth, along with locusts that have power to destroy and hurt men. Okay? And they cannot touch the ones that have the seal of Abba Yah. See? The seal. All right? Continuing. We're going to get some more understanding on this seal. And after these things, this is Revelation chapter 7, starting at verse 1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, and the wind, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw, so you notice how it's once again, nothing is being harmed. You see, just like the other one, it says no green grass, don't harm no trees, no nothing like that. Just like these angels are holding back destructive wind from destroying the earth. You see? And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God. So he has the seal. You see, this is the seal we're talking about. To the 4, and saying, and cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea. See? So the 4 angels were holding the destructive wind that was going to hurt the earth and the sea. They're holding it back, because he has to come in with this seal. He's coming from the east with this seal. You see? Saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, until we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads. Do y'all hear that? So once again, destructive stuff is coming on this earth, like the earth opening up and noxious gases coming forth, causing people to turn into zombies and become crazed. You see? That's what it means. Crazed cannibals. Those are the locusts, the cannibals. They're going to eat up shit. They're not going to be eating plants off trees, though. These locusts ain't going to be eating plants off trees. They're going to be eating flesh insatiably, like a locust eats trees, guys. That's what it means. Okay? And when they sting you, you get turned into one. Ain't that what you've seen? But they ain't got no power over those who have the seal. Now we see the angel coming in with the seal. See, coming to seal them. So all this destruction is being held back, if you noticed, until the seal comes out. You see? And then he says, and I heard the number of them which were sealed. And there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. So when the angel comes with the seal to seal the servants of God, he's sealing Israelites. 12,000 from each tribe, which makes up 144,000 people. I told you there's not many people. There are billions of people on earth, and yet 144,000 are being sealed. You see? Now, we want to understand, what is this seal? What does it do? What does a seal do? First of all, let's get some context on what does a seal do. Sealing these servants in their foreheads. Okay? We want to get some context as to what does a seal do. So let's go back to the Old Testament. Where I want to go. Bear with me. I'm trying to find out where I want to go here. Okay. We're going to go to the book of Esther. Chapter 8, verse 8. All right. Write ye also. Well, let's start at verse 7. Then the king Ahasuerus said unto Esther the queen, and to Mordecai the Jew, Behold, I have given Esther the house of Haman, and him that have hanged upon the gallows, because he laid his hand upon the Jews. So the king Ahasuerus of Persia and his queen Esther and Mordecai the Jew are having a conversation. And he says, I have given Esther the house of Haman. Haman was an Edomite who tried to destroy all the Jews, and he was destroyed and all his family. And his house was given to Esther. See, his wealth was given to Esther because he sought to hurt the Jews. That's what it says. See? So verse 8, write ye also for the Jews. So this Persian king is saying, I want you to write a decree for the Jews, as it liketh you. So he's telling Esther the queen and Mordecai the Jew to write out a decree for the Jews the way you want to. In the king's name. So write it in my name, the king says, and seal it with the king's ring. For the writing which is written in the king's name and sealed with the king's ring may no man reverse. Did y'all hear that? May no man reverse. Let's go to verse 10. And he wrote in the king Ahasuerus' name, and sealed it with the king's ring, and sent letters by posts on horseback, and riders on mules, camels, and young dromedaries, wherein the king granted the Jews, which were in every city, to gather themselves together, and to stand for their life, to destroy, to slay, and to cause to perish all the power of the people and province that would assault them, both little ones and women, and to take the spoil of them for prey. So what was the decree that they wrote, that the Jews, Mordecai and Queen Esther, wrote out for their people? He said, well, since Haman wrote a decree and it was sealed in my ring, that anybody who wants to kill a Jew has free reign on this certain day to kill any Jews they want to. That's what he wrote. And he sealed it with the king's ring. So it couldn't be reversed. So he had them write a new decree saying any Jew that is attacked has all the rights to defend himself, to kill, slay, and make to perish that nigga if he try to hurt you. And they sealed it with the king's ring, so it cannot be reversed. You see? Okay. So let's see what happened after he wrote this decree. The copy of the writing, verse 13. Oh, well, let's just keep reading. Verse 12. Upon one day in all the provinces of King Ahasuerus, namely upon the 13th day of the 12th month, which is the month Adar, So he's telling you the day and the time when this is all supposed to go down. The copy of the writing for a commandment to be given in every province was published unto all people. See, and that the Jews should be ready against that day to avenge themselves on their enemies. Do y'all hear that? That's called Purim. It's a holy day to the Jews. It's a holy day to Israelites. And this is why, because there's this writing right here that they could defend themselves. So the posts that rode upon mules and camels, they went out, being hastened, and they pressed on by the king's commandment. So they went out fast. And the decree was given, see, at Shushan the palace. See? And Mordecai went out from the presence of the king in royal apparel of blue and white, and that's the color of a priest, and with a great crown of gold, and with a garment of fine linen in purple. See the colors? An upright man. Purple, violet, indigo. Y'all see? Blue. He's upright. With a great crown of gold, and with a garment of fine linen and purple. And the city of Shushan rejoiced and was glad. Everybody was happy, see? The Jews had light and gladness and joy and honor. The Jews was happy as hell. They was like, hell yeah. And in every province and in every city, whithersoever the king's commandment and his decree came, the Jews had joy and gladness and a feast and a good day. See, Purim. And many of the people of the land became Jews. Look at that. Many people were converted to the nation of Israel. They said, I'm going to be a Jew today. The hell with that shit. They having too much joy. I want to be with them. You see? For the fear of the Jews fell upon them. They said the Jews is about to rise up and have a vengeance on us. So let's become Jews. The hell with that. We on their side. You see what happened? So what happened? Now in the 12th month, chapter 9, that is the month Adar, on the 13th day of the same, when the king's commandment and his decree drew near to be put in execution in that day, that the enemies of the Jews hoped to have power over them. See? So the enemy of the Jews on that day was planning on killing all the Jews, you see? Though it was turned to the contrary, that the Jews had rule over them that hated them. Do y'all hear that? Israelites being emboldened by this today. Be emboldened. Listen, I can't even talk right. I'm so hyped. Listen. The Jews gathered themselves together in their cities throughout all the provinces of the king Ahasuerus to lay hand on such as sought their hurt, and no man could withstand them, for the fear of them fell upon the people. And the rulers of the provinces and the lieutenants and the deputies and officers of the kings helped the Jews. Y'all hear that shit? Because the fear of Mordecai fell upon them. For Mordecai was great in the king's house, and his fame went out throughout all the provinces. For this man Mordecai waxed greater and greater. Thus the Jews smote all their enemies with the stroke of the sword, and slaughter and destruction, and did what they would unto those that hated them. And in Shushan the palace the Jews slew and destroyed 500 men. And Pershandatha, and Dalphon, and Aspatha, and Poratha, and Adalia, and Aretera, and Parmashta, and Arisai, and Aridai, and Vejezda, the 10 sons of Haman, the son of Hamadatha, the enemy of the Jews, they slew, but of the spoil laid not their hand. They said, that nigga shit, we don't want that nigga Haman shit, fuck that. On that day, the number of those that were slain in Shushan the palace was brought before the king. And the king said unto Esther the queen, the Jews have slain and destroyed 500 men in Shushan the palace, and the 10 sons of Haman. What have they done in the rest of the king's provinces? Now what is thy petition? And it shall be granted thee. Or what is thy request further? And it shall be done. He said, you want me to do something else? They done killed up all these people. You want me to do something else, baby? I'll do it for you. Then said Esther, if it please the king, let it be granted that the Jews which are in Shushan to do tomorrow also according unto this day's decree, and let Haman's 10 sons be hanged upon the gallows. And the king commanded it so to be done. And the decree was given at Shushan, and they hanged Haman's 10 sons, the Edomite and his 10 sons. For the Jews that were in Shushan gathered themselves together on the 14th day also of the month Adar, and slew 300 men at Shushan, but on the prey they laid not their hand. But the other Jews that were in the king's provinces gathered themselves together and stood for their lives, and had rest from their enemies, and slew of their foes 75,000. 75,000 1,000. But they laid not their hands on the prey. On the 13th day of the month Adar, and on the 14th day of the same, they rested and made it a day of feasting, Purim, and gladness. But the Jews that were at Shushan assembled together on the 13th day thereof, and on the 14th day thereof, and on the 15th day of the same, they rested and made it a day of feasting and gladness. Therefore the Jews of the villages that dwelt in the unwalled towns made the 14th day of the month Adar a day of gladness and feasting, and a good day, and of sending portions one to another, sharing food, having a good time, celebrating. Do y'all see? Do y'all see? And Mordecai wrote these things and sent letters unto all the Jews that were in all the provinces of the king Ahasuerus, both nigh and far, to establish this among them, that they should keep the 14th day of the month Adar, and the 15th day of the same, yearly, every year, as the Jews wherein the Jews rested from their enemies, and the month which was turned unto them from sorrow, listen y'all, to joy, and from mourning into a good day, that they should make them days of feasting and joy, and of sending portions one to another and gifts to the poor. And the Jews undertook to do as they had begun, and as Mordecai had written unto them, because Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, the enemy of all the Jews, Edomites, had devised against the Jews to destroy them, and had cast pure, see, pure, told you the thing was called Purim, that is the lot, to consume them and to destroy them. But when Esther came before the king, he commanded by letters, remember the letter with the seal, that's the whole point, that his wicked device, which he devised against the Jews, should return upon his own head, and that he and his son should be hanged on gallows. Wherefore they called these days Purim, after the days of Pur. Therefore, for all the words of this letter, and of that which they had seen concerning this matter, and which had come unto them, and the Jews ordained and took upon them, and upon their seed, and upon all such as joined themselves unto them, the strangers, so as it should not fail, that they would keep these 2 days according to their writing, and according to their appointed time every year. Okay, and it goes on, but y'all get the point. So because of this seal, the Jews were able to do what they were able to do, and nobody could stop them because of the seal. So the seal locks something in where nobody can change it or alter it. So when it says the angel came with the seal to seal the servants, that means when he seals them, can they be changed? Can they be altered? Can they be tampered with? Can they be infiltrated or invaded? If it has a seal on it. If you go to the store and get you a soda pop and you go to crack it open and it don't make no you just crack it open and it just goes click. It didn't crack the plastic, that's on the seal. It didn't crack. You didn't hear that cracking sound. It just opened up and unscrewed. Are you going to take a big swig out of that pop? Or are you going to say, nope, I'm going to go and grab me another one? What are you going to do? So Abba's going to do that with his. If he picks his pop up, which is you, and it ain't got the seal on it, he ain't going to drink it. That's simple. Just like you wouldn't drink it because it's been tampered with. Ain't that what the pop say on it? It says sealed or tamper proof seal. Ain't that what it say on it? So it can't be tampered with. And if it is, you know it is because it don't have the seal. If the seal is broken, don't consume. That's what the shit say, don't it? So that's what Abba do. If your seal is broken, he don't consume you. Partake of you. He don't bring you in other words, into his body. You see? He don't pull you into his body. But if you have the seal, then he's going to go ahead and bring you on in. That's why I said they're sealing those servants. So they can't be altered or changed or lose what they have or nothing. They can't decrease in value or decrease in freshness. You understand what I'm saying? All right. That's the point of the seal. Man just copy God, you see? That's all it is. He just try to be like the Most High. That's all. So continuing. Let's go to the book of Isaiah. I'm gonna have to break this message into two parts because it's gonna be pretty long, but it's all good because it's gonna be a blessing to y'all who stick with me. Y'all stick through this message, it's gonna be a huge blessing to you who are sealed. It'll help you understand your situation, that you don't have to have fear about sinning and losing your position or doing something wrong that would mess up your relationship with God or put you in some kind of disconnect with God. It's just a lie. Once you're sealed, you're locked in. That's the point of a seal. Can't be changed. We just read it. Can't be altered what the king has sealed. Now, who's the king? Abba Yah. So what he seals you, can it be changed? See? So comfort yourself with those words. All right, Isaiah chapter 8. Let's see. Wait, is that what I wanted? Oh, maybe that ain't what I wanted, y'all. My bad. I might have got the wrong scripture here. Let me see. Okay, wait, no, that's not the one I want. My bad, y'all. That ain't the one I want. Alright, so we're gonna move on. Alright, we're gonna jump to the Song of Solomon. Chapter 4. Okay, we'll start at verse 8. Come with me from Lebanon, my spouse, with me from Lebanon. Look from the top of Amanah, from the top of Shinir and Hermon, from the lions' dens, from the mountains of the leopards. Thou hast ravished my heart, my sister, my spouse. Thou hast ravished my heart with one of thine looks, with one chain of thy neck. I said looks, it says eyes. My heart with one of thine eyes, with one chain of thy neck. How fair is thy love, my sister, my spouse! How much better is thy love than wine, and the smell of thine ointments than all spices. So this is this is Solomon confessing his love for his bride, you see. How much he loved her and how she has stolen his heart. She's ravished him, you see, with her beauty, with her sweet smell, with her beautiful eyes. You see? So this is Abba talking to his bride. Now, we all know that Christ is the bridegroom and the church is the bride. So this is Christ also speaking to his bride. See? It's all the same. This is what he's saying. Now watch what he says. He says, how fair is thy love, my sister, my spouse! Exclamation point there. He's hollering this out. How much better is thy love than wine, and the smell of thine ointments than spices! All exclamation points. 11. Thy lips, O my spouse, drop as the honeycomb. Honey and milk are under thy tongue, and the smell of thy garments is like the smell of Lebanon. A garden enclosed. Verse 12, listen. A garden enclosed. Barred is the word there in Hebrew. Barred. A garden with bars around it. A garden enclosed is my sister, my spouse. A spring shut up. Enclosed, shut up. Do y'all hear the words? Enclosed, shut up. A spring shut up. A fountain sealed. Do you hear the word? Sealed. A garden enclosed. A spring shut up. A fountain sealed is my spouse. So this woman's love is only for me. What a beautiful thing this is, because she is a desirable woman that any man would want. And yet her love is only given to me? Oh my goodness gracious. Now look at the children of Israel on the earth. Everybody wants them. Everybody admires them. But yet they are God's people.